States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Trustee Foley,
Here.
Trustee Lappin.
Here.
Clerk Palovich here. Treasurer Ellery Summers. Here. Trustee Kroll,
Here.
Trustee Dunkel.
Absent.
Supervisor Skibby.
To the point of adoption of agenda, I would like to make one correction to the agenda as it's presented. I would like to, under new business, take item number 2, FOPLC contract, and bring that into closed session. And DPW Director Thompson is not here, so this may be, I could probably address it if he's not available. I hope that everybody, I don't know if he emailed everybody in regards to this email, so I don't know how much of the topic everybody's aware of.
I think, right?
Well, yeah. So I'll address that.
Okay.
So we'll leave it in open, or in new business open. Any other corrections, substitutions, or amendments to the agenda as presented? Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda with the correction?
Motion move to adopt the agenda as corrected.
I'll support. It's been moved and supported. Any further discussion? Seeing none?
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Foley,
Yes.
Supervisor Skibby.
Yes. This is the first opportunity for public comment. If you have public comment, please stand to the podium, state your name, address, and limit yourself to 3 minutes, please.
My name is Marie Foy. I live at 4165 Truckee Road, and I have a couple of questions on your agenda. And one of them is, what does the FOPLC stand for?
The answer to that, Maria, is that the office side went from Keep Home Union to Fraternal Order of Police.
That's their contract.
Correct.
The
That's their new
employees
union.
Okay, well, I didn't know, that wasn't here before. You know, I mean, I didn't know what the initials stood for, and so I'm just asking that. The other thing is under the closed session, employee acquisition, what does that mean?
To acquire is to gain.
Sent by the employee.
That is under the DPW department.
I knew that, I just wanted to understand what that was. And the other thing is I've been reading some of the minutes, and I think I talked about this once before when I was in here. So the minutes sometimes aren't real clear in what you are doing. Some of the minutes were like you got a quote for that sign company, but it really doesn't say. There was a motion made, I think, by Michelle and supported by Laura, reverse or whatever, but it doesn't say what you did, whether you bought it, whether you just accepted the quote, or whether you denied it. It just says there was a motion, but it doesn't say what the effect was. So if you could kind of clear that up. And I did come in during the budget session and I asked them to maybe make things a little clearer. Did you take that back to the supervisor? I wouldn't have to talk about it again.
Really haven't had a chance to talk about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been discussed it.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that you had a couple more budget sessions after I was here, and I thought maybe you would have took that opportunity.
I apologize.
That's okay. I just wanted to know if, you were gonna talk about it, and maybe make a change for us, or if not, fine. I just wanna understand that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Floyd. Are there any other public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to correspondence. We have the Planning Commission minutes from February the 11th, the ZBA minutes from February 19th, and a public hearing notice as to DTE. Do we have a motion to receive and file the correspondence as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have support?
I'll
Support that motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. On to new business. I guess I'll take the lead in terms of the personnel issue that's labeled under the DPW. It was in hopes that Mr. Thompson is actually at a sewer issue. So I hope all, well, works out for him. Unfortunately, it isn't the best scenario. I was brought into this personnel issue, and it is in regards to employee Chad Wright. Chad Wright, as everybody on this board should know, was brought before this board 5 months ago and was given, wasn't a last chance agreement, but nearly as such. It was a second written warning. And since in the past 5 months, DPW Director Thompson has documented several issues, had several conversations with said employee. I offered as supervisor in this discussion to Mr. Wright the opportunity to present to this board in either open or closed session. He has chosen open. He is not present here today. He was well aware of the time and place. But the recommendation from DPW Director Thompson is for termination of employment. And
You got a just cause standard, so
Yep.
you need just cause for terminating
Yep.
Chad's employment. Ideally, we have Mr. Thompson here to
yeah,
provide the history and the reasons for it. Can you elaborate?
I can expound upon the reasons. A lot has come into tardiness or absenteeism from work, dereliction of duty, and also insubordination. With and I was in hopes that Director Thompson would be here this morning to take care of this, but since it is a personnel and a time-sensitive issue, I figured I would just fill in some of the blanks. But insubordination, this is the third written and final opportunity. He was afforded the ability to address the board personally. But it was Director Thompson's determination that he is looking for termination of Mr. Wright from employment of Charter Township of Elkhorn at DPW. And I also agree with his just cause. So there again, I would have preferred Mr. Thompson present this directly. Unfortunately, as I stated, he is at a sewer backup issue.
Do you know if Mr. Thompson has met with Chad about this specific issue?
Yes, he is. We both sat down this past Friday, which would be what, the 9th, and talked with Mr. Wright. Gave him opportunity to explain the issues that were presented to him, and then also Mr. Thompson had documentation of the dates and times that these issues had already been raised and individual conversations had taken place with the employee. He at that moment was given a third written warning, which he signed, and I witnessed, as did our FOPLC representative, Chris Lewis. The union he is not a union member, and he was offered the ability to utilize the union for legal expertise and opted out, as far as I know. And the case that was presented, and that Chris sat through that conversation as well. There was no backing from the union in regards to the issues that were raised. And so we signed a third written, which is grounds for termination.
Did Chad respond?
It was signed by Mr. Thompson, Chad Wright, Chris Lewis as a witness, and myself as a witness. So their signatures correspond.
Did Mr. Wright provide any explanation or rebuttal to Mr. Thompson?
No, he stuck to his guns and dereliction of duty, stated that he was there even though it's hard to say when you have a foot of snow and there's no snow or shoe prints into places that he's stating that he had been, that there's really any rebuttal.
So the specific grounds are tardiness, not getting to work in time?
Insubordination, yes.
What does that mean? Give me an example of just,
Insubordination, there were several instances in the list of complaints from Director Thompson where he would not officially use the proper chain of command, go around the DPW director.
like we talked about 5 months ago.
Exactly, like we talked about 5 months ago,
Now,
unfortunately.
Did he sign a sort of last chance agreement?
That
No.
was another.
That's what I thought.
That was
That's what I thought.
another employee that's, yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
So it was also my recommendation that we move forward with the termination of Mr. Wright,
Effective.
effective, this pay period, which would have been Monday.
Is he
Started Monday.
currently?
He is no longer here,
Okay, so,
Yeah.
but is he effectively on the payroll right now?
until this board takes action.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, this guy he talked to us 5 months ago and said that he was aware of his deficiencies and that he was sorry for them, that he would work to remedy those situations, and apparently he chose not to.
It is unfortunate, but
Yeah,
that,
based upon his own comments and his documented files of not following through with his own comments, I move that we terminate employment of the employee.
We're all of his keys.
everything
township
has been recovered, all township, accesses, keys, cell phones, tablet, yes it is, laptop, and township provided clothing was all brought back to Mr. Thompson that same day. So we have a motion on the table, is there support?
I'll support it.
It's been moved and supported, any further discussion?
Is the motion to terminate Chad Wright effective? Whatever.
Immediately, as of today's date. He did sign documentation as to his third written warning this past Friday. But it was after discussion with legal, it was recommended that we still bring it to the board, so so, yes, please.
Treasurer Ellery Summers,
No.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Polly,
Yes.
Trustee Lappin,
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Supervisor Skibby.
Yes. Motion passed. This is a second opportunity for public comment. If you have any
Another
public comment,
question.
state your name, your address, and limit yourself to 2 minutes.
Marie Whitebury, 165 Turkey Road, Alpena, Michigan. My question is the budget available when?
It will be available the 15th, this upcoming Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought there was like 30 days for that.
Well, there are some issues that we've had to overcome, but this will actually be addressed appropriately by state statutes.
The other question is, will that budget be going on the internet? I mean, on the.
We will have it on our webpage as well
Because
as
it's
hard
not
copies.
there now.
It is not there now,
Yeah,
correct. Mr.
okay.
Cole, or,
It won't be ready at 8 o'clock on Friday morning,
No.
it'll probably be the end of the day before we get done.
Okay, because we're going away, so.
it'll
I'm
be,
not gonna
it'll
be
be,
here
we'll,
for your
we'll,
next meeting,
we'll
but
have it on our website and
I
hard
wanted
copies
to review
available.
it. Okay, thank you, because I think there's a misconception about that $75,000 fire department billing, and I
Are you,
wanted to look at that.
can I have clarification, are you talking about the hydrant rental line item?
The
That was-
hydrant
that
rental
was-
that the township general fund paid to the water department. And it was for its residents to be able to use the fire hydrants. Is that one you say is still in there, right?
That's one that we've started to address in terms of the budget, yes.
Oh,
We've-
it's not addressed, okay.
It's a
Well-
conundrum because it's a revenue and we don't have an expenditure. So how,
It's a revenue to the water department, but it's, I mean, it's a charge against the general fund, and then that's because as a water department user, I pay part of all the stuff. I mean, everybody that is in there does. But the outlying districts that use the hydrants don't pay anything. And that we always took out of the general fund. It was $50,000, and when all the hydrants were added on to 23 South, there was another $25,000 put into that line item to pay for rental, so that they had the use of the hydrants. The fire department did, to put out fires at people's home, and the general fund covered that. And so I would want you to consider that, and that's what I'm looking for.
And we thank you
Thank
for your
you.
historical point of view. Are there any other? And he's not here, so he'll,
Oh, that was gonna be from Nate.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
so,
Won't be addressed, no anything.
unfortunately.
Okay.
And at this point in time, do we have a motion to go into closed session?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have support?
I'll support it.
It's been moved and supported. Any further discussion? Seeing none? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
trustee Polly,
Yes.
trustee Lappin,
Yes.
clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers,
Yes.
supervisor Skibby.
Yes. We are in closed session effective 11:16. Thank you all for your participation.
No, we all do.